When you see a musical, sometimes you just watch for the storyline or you just watch for the song that is famous or maybe a dance part.
This is my first experience putting a musical together and getting a team of people to help in this musical.
On a scale like this, where 5 schools come together to create one musical, yeah, this is the first.
I can do my passion and I like that I don't have to memorize lines like the actors do.
Oh, I think it's facing insecurities because you have to go out there and rehearse and be yourself, and it can be very challenging.
With paper, we tried with fabric, we tried with different things because we wanted to try to give something different.
It takes many weeks just to really perfect it, just for the audience.
You really have to be in sync with the dancers, or else the whole set will look very messy.
It holds so much emotion, and to portray that emotion and to deliver it is really a big honor.
And hopefully if people haven't heard of the story, then they'll learn a lot from the musical as well.
I think it's very, very beautiful, so I think you should watch everything. I was from Montfort, junior and secondary, so growing up in Montfort, I did hear some of the stories of the brothers, but not as in-depth as the musical right now.
At the early beginning, before the early arrival of the brothers from Canada and elsewhere, they're trying to understand where is this location of this place here, called this very small country at the time, probably lesser known, called Singapore.
This musical is about the brothers, how they set up in Singapore. They're coming from France, from Spain, coming down to Singapore and establishing the school. And in Singapore at that time wasn't very easy in the 1930s and 1940s because of, you don't get public transport or air conditioning or fantastic infrastructures. But at that point, the government support for the schools were very, very little. And just at the point where you think everything is going well, suddenly the Japanese War, they had to go through all that. When we were researching for the musical and we got the information, it was like, wow, so many things that we didn't know, and wow, learned so much now.
Brother Luis is a very good leader. He is the director principal of the school, and and also throughout the play you will see how caring he is when it comes to the children and the students, really caring and passionate in what he does.
Brother Adolphus can be a very, very pessimistic person, but he's actually optimistic. There's a plot twist there, yeah.
Because I'm the movement choreographer for this musical, I believe the moments you should be looking out for would be the lifts, the many, many lifts in quite a few of the songs during the musical. Further?
My biggest challenge is that I have to coordinate with the dancers, and I have to be synchronized with them, or else I will mess up the whole routine.
Timing-wise, it's been a challenge to actually gather 40 over kids from 5 different schools to come together for rehearsals, as well as the very big age difference. We have only kids from lower primary as well as lower secondary, so the age gap between them is like 4 to 5 years, and to be able to teach all of that age is a challenge.
So Louis gives us the blocking, and we have to remember that and how we walk in as well. We also have to memorize our lines, so it's twice as hard as before.
The challenges that we faced were to make sure that the kids, even though they come for rehearsals and get all the aesthetics in, we also had to make sure that we plan properly their timing, that they get enough time for their exams and their tests, even their breaks. We cannot just rehearsal like a professional actor, dancer or anything, but because they are students, we have to make sure that the timing that we give them balance out with their school life as well. This musical has been one of the biggest, I would say, because in terms of scale, the cost of this production, the amount of people coming to watch for this production, yeah, it's been huge.
Guys, very free, right? Do me a favor, okay? Okay? I'm gonna tear it into confetti. He's gonna throw it, you're gonna pick it up. How fun is that?
One of the main challenges is actually how far I can go to realize the director's vision. Also to create props that are safe for kids to use. I think we took about 2 months. Probably about 2 months from conceptualization to actually making it. And there were some changes along the way and about 2 months. Through working with Louis, I actually had to do a lot of research to understand the history and to come up with the designs. We went through a few designs while designing this set with the director Louis. Eventually, this ended up with a more structural, a more straightforward architectural with windows and frontal stage design.
Personally, I think people should watch out for the original tracks, which have been written specifically for the musical and put together by an amazing music arranger, and hopefully they'll sound really good. I think my favourite song would have to be In Brokenness You Shine. It's the only real ballad of the musical, and the students sing it really well actually.
The lyrics really connect to me because that song, I have malaria when I sing that song, and then Brother Louis is like my helper, the one that really helped me during that scene because I was super sick. And in Brokenness You Shine basically talks about me, even though I'm like in pieces, I'm very unsteady, I still try my best to be the pillar of strength towards all of them.
When I can find the words to speak, you hear the pain in each heartbeat. That's when you come and pour your mercy on me. Your beauty shines.
It's obviously an amazing story. Taking away the singing and dancing and acting, it's a really amazing story, and it's based on life.
I've actually relearned what has been taught to me to not take things for granted. Even if a lift or a certain dance movement is practiced to a state of being golden and it's great, you should never just take it for granted, and you should always be on the lookout to either make it better or still have a lot of safety thoughts in mind. And yeah.
The whole story has come alive, and I think it's a very meaningful play that tells a part of our history, not only for our schools here in Singapore, but also part of the history of Singapore.
I think all the songs and the emotions that you go through, and especially you should see all the set changes and the lights and everything, and the sound that create the whole atmosphere of this whole play, and I think all the choreography as well, because everything coming together. When you see a musical, sometimes you just watch for the storyline, or you just watch for the song that is famous, or for the maybe a dance part, but if you watch it as a whole and look at all the elements inside, I think it's very, very beautiful. So I think you should watch everything.